Hi everyone, we are back in Edmonton.
Well,
after all
Sherwood
the
Park
traveling.
today.
Yes. Oh, yeah, right.
We are going into the Maker's Keep. I guess they do have locations in Edmonton though too. So
Yes, Kingsway.
yeah, let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Katrina Petryshyn, and I'm the founder of the Maker's Keep.
Hi, I'm Katie Deck, and I'm the owner of our Sherwood Park location.
Thank you for having us. So we can start with you both just telling us a little bit about yourselves.
Sure. I'm Katrina. I started the Maker's Keep almost 8 years ago, and it's been a wild ride, but really exciting. And I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. I'm a wife. I don't know what else. I make jewelry. Jewelry is what started it all. So I'm going to do a little jewelry tutorial here with Katie while we chat so that she can help me, because I'm always too busy to actually sit down and make jewelry anymore.
Yes, now you won't have an excuse.
I know. It's true. Yeah.
And I'm Katie, like I said. I am completely opposite of Katrina. I've been with the Maker's Keep since 2017. I also have a brand called All Decked Out Events, and I do apparel, drinkware, that kind of stuff. And I don't have any children. My main favorite thing is concerts.
You mentioned that jewelry is what started the Maker's
Yes.
Keep. So what, I guess for folks who don't know, what is it?
So when I went to the University of Alberta in Edmonton here, and then when I graduated, I moved away to England to do my master's in jewelry design. So that was kind of, I was like, I'm going to go be creative and start my own business. So fast forward a few years, I'm back home in Edmonton doing jewelry, and I really wanted a space that was in a retail setting that I could sell my product, but I wasn't at the point where I had like line sheets and wholesale guide, and I just wanted somewhere that would let me have like a pop-up space for a little bit, test the market, see what sold. And there really wasn't anything in Edmonton to do that. So it got my brain going on how I could create a space like that. And the next thing I knew, I was, signing the lease to my small little space and opening my store. And it gave me a chance to showcase my product, but it also did the same for vendors and like-minded small businesses. So jewelry is really where it all started.
What got you into jewelry design?
So my family and I were living in Mexico City when I was in high school for my dad's job. We lived over there. And for my grade 12 grad, I really had a specific type of earring that I wanted, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I went and got a few supplies and ended up making them, and I just loved the process. So I started making more jewelry, and it just sort of went from there. And then I ended up coming back and making jewelry as a hobby while I went to university. And then I loved it so much I wanted to keep going. I had taken some goldsmithing classes in Edmonton, so I was able to take my jewelry making to the next level. So then when I moved overseas to do my master's, it just was next level. So it was always supposed to be a hobby, and then it just ended up being like a really big passion of mine. Yeah.
What are you both going to be making today?
Well, stretchy bracelets are really in, like charm necklaces, of course. So I brought things to do that. But I also have been trying to make a ton of just like really simple stretchy bracelets. So I got a few supplies, these really cute like letter beads. These are like Sheck glass beads because they're the best of the best. Mm-hmm. And then, so just a simple stretchy bracelet that you can wear every day.
I'm excited to learn.
This takes me back to my roots in jewelry making, because this is like the easiest thing you can do. But I thought that would be fun. So.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yeah, thank you. It's appreciated. It's my string. Very good.
Yeah. I do have a little bead thing, but we're not going to use it today. We're going to go old school. We're gonna go old school. Thanks, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
They remind me kind of, or the beading, I guess, reminds me of like the Taylor Swift like friendship bracelet.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
That's 100% what it is. Like,
probably why they're so popular right now too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an easy thing, and they're fun, and everyone likes them. So
So we're in your Sherwood Park location right now, in
Yes.
a space that you have available for events and workshops and things. Would you mind speaking a bit about those?
yeah, definitely. I mean, when I first started the Makers Keep store, I knew I wanted to have some sort of space that could bring people together because, like I said, I felt very alone when I was looking for a retail outlet that would allow me to sell my product and like meet other people apart from markets. So we hosted a lot of workshops and my space was really small. So we'd have like a table of 4, maybe 6 that we could accommodate for a workshop. But
We'd have to rearrange the store like for
Yeah.
every kind of event that was
move
popping up. So it was
furniture and
extra
do
work.
things. So fast forward years later, this space came available and Katie has her event company. So that's her background, is running
Oh.
events, bringing people
That
together.
is something I didn't mention about me. I am a wedding and event planner, I guess. I do
Yes.
have that background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very
Right.
handy for what we do.
Yes.
So this space that we're in was sort of off the store side, and it's just become a multifunction space.
Mhm.
Like there's events in here, crafts. People have used it for yoga
Yeah.
or massage. You had that lady
We've had spa
come.
things, networking events, just kind of whatever you can think of. People are always asking to do birthday parties. We've had a couple kids' birthday parties in here as well too. And we're creative, so people can come to us and they're like, hey, what do you have to offer? And we're like, what are you thinking? And usually we also have a reach with our vendors. So if we can't create it in-house, we're able to that way as well too. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool. What got you into events and planning?
It's just kind of who I've always been. I was always just kind of the friend who had different groups of friends, I guess, too, and always bringing people together. And then everybody started getting married or having babies or birthdays. So I was always kind of the hub and the host of everything. So just at home, or I would research the venue and stuff like that. And then a friend of mine actually teaches the program through the Wedding Planners Institute. So I took that course, and yeah, I kind of did a little bit with that. And then I started working with Katrina, and I feel like we kind of found each other, and we're very opposite, which makes us work well. But yeah, it kind of just came together, I guess. And then with the idea of the store, we also knew we could be doing more. So that's where the workshops and stuff came in as well too. And I was like, I want to be part of that. And she let me. Oh, am I supposed to be doing something?
Yeah, you can start. So string 1 gold and then start stringing your colorful beads.
Okay. It's very small.
Yeah.
The Makers Keep is a hub for a lot of local businesses to kind of promote their products and bring people together. What could folks expect when coming in?
Oh, well, we want to offer the most welcoming, inclusive space and experience. So when you walk into our store, you're guaranteed to feel all the good feels. You're also going to be shopping from over 500 different small businesses. So no matter what you're picking up is going to be a product that's made with so much love and care and has a story behind it. So you're going to walk away feeling good. We hope that your customer experience is really good. Our staff are really passionate about what we do too, so they're gonna be excited to see you. And each of our stores are a little bit different. So when you visit one of our stores, be sure to check out the other 2 because they all have a good amount of the same product and vendors, but we also try to target those specific stores with certain product as well that we know will do well in that demographic. So each store has a little bit of a different vibe and feeling, but at the end of the day, it's all about inclusivity and good vibes and supporting other small businesses.
Our vendors put a lot of like love and time into all their products as well too, and we feel like when you shop in our stores, you'll definitely see that as well.
Absolutely.
I think it's so wonderful to have a space like this, especially in a time when there's a lot of, you have fast fashion and like all these large corporations that kind of run the market.
Yeah.
And so being able to support local and support, your community, and it's just really touching to see. I think it's very important in today's day and age.
It is. And as much as it's important to give vendors a place to sell their product, it's equally important to showcase to the consumer that you can get a really great gift at a store like ours, as opposed to going to one of those big box locations, you know. And you're probably going to spend the same amount of money now because everything has gone up. So why not put it back into your economy, put it back into your community?
Yeah, you're supporting the community and local when you come with us, but you're not just supporting our store and like our dream, you're supporting over 450 local businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so many businesses. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's fun. You get to meet a lot of really great people, a lot of fun characters, and it's always a learning experience too, because you're essentially like human resources with 500 employees sometimes, you know, that's kind of the dynamic. So it's been an extremely vast business learning experience for us over the 8 years that we've been running.
In the beginning, when you first started, because now we're talking about all the vendors that you have, and like you've grown so much since the beginning.
Yeah.
So what was that initial experience like, and how has, I guess, things changed? How have things changed for you since then?
Yeah. So when I first opened, I had a little store. I still made my jewelry. I worked every day, 6 days a week. It was all me. And within a few months, things really blew up. We had a lot of interest, a lot more vendors. It was just kind of like a bit of a whirlwind. And then sometime in that first year, we were given the opportunity to open our first pop-up location in Kingsway Mall. And to me, that mall was like my stomping ground growing up. So it was very much like, is this real life? So we did that pop-up, and that kind of pivoted the whole business because we saw the need for what we were doing, and we just didn't have the room for all the people that wanted to participate with us. So I immediately was like, okay, we need to grow and we need to do it quick. So that's what happened. In the first couple of years, we definitely grew fast. And in that first year is when Katie came on, and she was part of that big growth really fast, and we've been doing it ever since.
Is there one item, or I guess a couple items, that are maybe most popular or that you often see folks coming in for?
Greeting cards are like a staple every day for sure, especially because there's not really card stores as much anymore.
Yeah.
And we have fun ones, like typical ones you wouldn't really find everywhere else. And some are a little sassy, which people seem to like right now. And I think one thing that actually our card vendors do that is nice is all of the cards that we sell are blank on the inside. Because, you know, sometimes you'd go to a card store and you'd love the front, but what it said in the middle doesn't really make sense. So I think that's actually kind of cool. Jewelry is a top selling category as well, for sure. Candles in the fall. Yeah.
We have
Mugs
a
are
lot
always
of
a nice
like
gift.
drinkware that's customizable too. And like, so there's a lot of people that will come in for mugs, like, because we could do Mother's Day, Father's Day, like different Nana, Papa, like whatever, and all those types of mugs for gifts. So those are really popular as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of depends on the day. Snacks always sell and stuff as well.
Right now,
too.
Oilers style stuff,
Hockey themed stuff.
hockey things are very popular.
Yeah.
People are,
I wonder why.
yeah. Gosh. So yeah, it changes all the time, but I would definitely say like, yeah, jewelry is a top seller. People like to treat themselves.
Yeah. Jack 59 is like a hair care product, and they're pretty well known, and they've grown pretty large, and people specifically will stop by just to buy their shampoo, which is weird because I don't consider the store like where you would just go for that, but some people will just pop in for their shampoo and conditioner. So that's a big popular one as well too.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenge in, I guess, from beginning to now, or even just in the work that you do every day? What's the hardest or most challenging part of that?
Oh, well, I can't think of like a specific, I guess, category right now, but it's always having to pivot. I feel like we're
literally
always
thinking, I'm like
pivoting. Like something always pops up or something happens in the world, and it's like, okay, great. I just slept the last 3 days and felt better. And now it's like we have to completely change our plans, I guess.
Yeah, because there's a lot that has happened in the early years of this business, and then COVID, has brought on a lot of other changing things, and it's like we've constantly had to pivot, and we were never online. Okay, COVID, let's go online, learning how to build a website, bringing on product and getting, because what we do is we would rely on the vendor to send us product info and images. So it was a lot of communication, a lot of back and forth. And then it was relaunching our in-store shopping experience and trying to make that safe. And then it was recuperating after, COVID and the losses and trying to get back on track. And then it's literally been ongoing. And to this day, we're still always pivoting and trying to figure out the next thing to do, because we're not going anywhere, but we have to always change our direction, whether that be marketing or store locations or hours. It's just nonstop. But that's probably the biggest challenge, and I think that's a challenge for anyone who runs a business. But we've just really, really experienced it in the last 5 years. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then looking at it from the other side, what's the most rewarding part, or like the best thing that's happened?
I think seeing the community that's been built, because it wasn't something I didn't build out the store. I didn't create the concept of the Maker's Keep and start the store thinking much on what it could be in terms of community for both vendors and customers. And I think it's just this network of people that have similar struggles and similar needs that have come together. So they communicate with each other on the, like, without us part of it. Like, they're just, people have met each other. Customers have found their new favorite maker. People have just sort of weaved in together this beautiful community, and we're part of it. But to look at it from afar is just really, really cool and really special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It always comes back to just being about the people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being part of their story, hearing their story.
Yeah, like having a vendor come in and be like so excited that they got accepted into our store, and they're telling everyone they know that they're selling with us. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then equally to see a customer come in and be like, I was one of your original customers at your first store. I've been following for ages. I tell all my friends about you. Like, those stories, it's so special. And it's very rare to see when, you don't get that when you go to a big box store or something. So I hold on to those moments because they're really what keeps us going.
And so important too, I think, like how you just said, you're not getting the experience along with the quality and care that goes into the products that you're purchasing at a place like here. And I would even say maybe too, like the conversation that you're able to get, because just speaking with both of you and the passion that you have for this, I'm assuming, I forget what it's called, trickle down something where
the trickle down effect, domino effect.
Exactly. So it's like your passion would then go into those working here, which will then get passed on to folks who are coming in and helping to build that community space and that friendly space.
We want our customers to come in, and our vendors, when they do stock ups, to feel that wonderful experience when they come in. So when you have passion and the staff have passion and they're sharing the stories, you're going to walk away feeling really good and be like, oh, I love shopping there because I got a great gift, but I also had a great chat. And then you're going to share that with someone, and it just helps more and more people know about us and spread the love. And I know Shop Local is a hashtag that we've had for a number of years now, but it's still important. It's still important to share. So, yeah.
Why do you both think it's important to have a space like this in Edmonton, Sherwood Park, in Alberta?
It's nice to have the physical stores, I guess, too, because a lot of people get started online, but not everybody is online. So people used to be like, oh, you're like the Etsy of but in a store or whatever. So it's kind of like everything in one, I guess. I think it's just to know your community. Like everybody's doing something, and I feel like I'm explaining this like terribly.
No, I think it's important to have a space like this,
Yeah.
like Katie said, because a lot of times people they want to have the hands-on experience. They want the person-to-person experience.
Mhm.
There's a lot of online stuff. There's a lot of behind a screen. And I think the more we have these physical spaces that you can go to shop or meet people or attend an event or do a workshop, it allows people to get out, do things. Maybe it's something that scares them to be, meeting new people or going somewhere alone, and it might give them that chance to do so. So I think it's important to continue having physical stores alongside with our online shop, but it gives people a chance to come out, see the product, touch it, feel it, like actually experience it. And that's a whole other, that changes how you appreciate what we sell, because you can see it online, be like, oh, that print is so expensive. Like, why? But when you see it in person and see how like the richness and the colors and how well it was printed, and it's actually printed on canvas and all those things, you're like, oh, I get it. So it's important to have spaces like this for multiple reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, and the vendors are all together too. And like it's a big risk starting a business and doing stuff. And it's also expensive to run a store. So we can't do this without our vendors. And a lot of our vendors wouldn't be out there without us too. So it's also a little bit of that, I would say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Big team, like team.
Yeah, is this really
collaborative. Yeah, you're making a necklace.
Is this like an anklet? This could
I
be an
mean,
anklet.
I should have stopped you, because normally I like kind of do a like an eyeball measure. But you can
I see.
just go with it.
Okay.
How much room do you have there?
I got to stop.
Yeah.
So the
So
other
take the black ones off and put your gold one. And do you want one of these?
No.
Okay. So then,
But oh yeah, okay, no. Yeah.
so don't put the gold one on. Just leave the one gold, and then you're gonna knot it.
Like tie it together.
Yeah.
Or just make a knot.
You're gonna knot it together. But do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our teamwork. Yeah.
This is an anklet for sure.
Yeah. An anklet and like a wrap around the toe or something. It's just, things got weird real
Like
fast.
It's like a
Yeah,
whole
like,
little sandal.
Maybe
in
it's a
one.
new thing. You talk about
It's
unique products.
Yeah,
There
right?
you go.
You've
Yeah.
just created
This-
the new summer accessory, ankle toe
Yeah.
in one.
There you go.
Just advertise it as the new summer accessory.
Yeah,
See what
yeah,
and just
see what
let,
people
and just
do.
put it there
Yeah.
like that. People are like,
People won't want to
I'm
ask because
intrigued.
they'll be like, I should know what it is if
Yeah.
it's the new
They're like,
accessory.
I totally
Yeah.
need the new accessory.
Yeah. So we'll just see what we see people do with it. We'll be like, yeah,
It's a social experiment, guys.
Yeah.
This is what we do here. Oh man, see? Sometimes you just create and things happen.
Yeah.
Just gotta roll with the punches.
Exactly.
And then last question. It doesn't have to be specific to the store or anything, but what would you both say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Oh. I usually am the one giving people advice. So like personally, which I don't know why people listen to me. But like business wise, I guess, and just in life is just to trust your gut. Cause like your gut does know. I really do believe that. And I learned that a lot actually from you, but
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, I'd say that was maybe the best advice I've given
Mhm.
is to trust your gut, because you really just, you know the answers. It lies within you. You just have to trust what you're feeling, and then you'll feel good about whatever the outcome is. But I think the best advice I was ever given was to just jump all in, like just go for it. Because I think like me 8 years ago when I started, if it were me now, I may have been a lot more reserved in my business decisions, and I would have overthought a lot of things. Whereas I just jumped in. I just went for it. I was like, I can do this. I have a 1.5-year-old. It doesn't matter. I'm going to start a business. Like I was just going for it. And I think that's what got me here, because I trusted my gut. I went for it. I took every opportunity that was presented to me, even though it was maybe the hardest thing. I went for it because why not? And sometimes you got to do that. And yes, you want to be prepared and you want to maintain the business. So you have to obviously look at the bad and the good, but just always see the future and think positively and go for it. Yeah.
Great. Thank you both so much.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, we just finished up at the Maker's Keep. And look!
How cute, we got
So
bracelets.
cute! I'm literally so excited. Katrina and Katie were so nice. And literally, sorry, I'm just like looking at my bracelet.
They did such a good job.
They did. Oh my gosh. And just like how passionate they are for small business, local, and like community is amazing to see. We need more of it in Edmonton, I feel
For
like.
sure, yeah.
And again, we're in Sherwood Park, like at this location, but they do have one in Edmonton and St. Albert as well. And I think it's a great spot to go to if you're looking for a gift or looking for something for yourself.
Yeah.
I could have been shopping there, but we have another interview to go to, so we had to stop.
We're gonna need to come and visit again. No, it's insane in there. It's huge, a lot bigger than I thought. I've peeked into the Kingsway location before. Honestly, probably when they like first opened it. Just never go there anymore, like the mall. But this place is huge. Just it's so cozy on the inside. I don't know if that's the right word. There's so many different products you can get, and like literally the store is for everyone. There's like a little corner for kids, and then they have like a little table that you can go and color. There's food you can get, makeup, and the crazy thing is all local. So especially what's happening right now, like why would you not want to support local and support your neighbors? Yeah, it's always nice to come and see that people are still so community based, especially in such a bigger area like Edmonton and Sherwood Park and all that place. Yeah, it was just really nice to see. They were both amazing, both really good on camera too, like good interviews to have.
Yeah, great to talk to. And just the store itself, like how you were saying, such a wide variety, literally so much, like snacks, like household items, like mugs and like things for your home and things for yourself and like keychains and socks and like, I literally want to go shopping. And it's one of those places that you go to go shopping, I feel like, that doesn't make you feel like you're shopping. Like sometimes I go into stores and I'm like, the music's too loud, or like there's so many like
products on the shelf,
and it's like all condensed, and I'm like, why am I so overwhelmed? Like I'm literally just shopping. But it was so chill. Like I was just like walking around being like, no,
it was.
So definitely recommend to check it out. And if maybe shopping isn't your thing, check out their events, because they do workshops and things. If you're a crafty person, or if you're not a crafty person, maybe you will be. Maybe it'll be like the most fun you've ever had in your life. Connect with the community, get to know yourself as an artist, be creative, have some fun, because that's really what they're all about.
And then you have a piece of art that you can either gift or you can wear yourself, and it's so fun. I love making bracelets. I've never made it here, obviously, but I think it's so fun. I like making jewelry because you literally make it yourself. Like whatever you want, you get to make. Would you not want that? That's so fun.
So check it out.